What's up guys, it's Lucas Goldson and I'm here with a video that I've been wanting to make for a long time now, never got around to it till now. So this is a video on how to learn a song on guitar by ear. The reason why I wanted to do this video is because pretty much all the covers I do are tabbed by ear by myself. And I know there's a lot of people who are subscribed to my channel who are playing guitar or either want to learn how to play guitar and they want to know how to learn these songs by themselves. So this is my guide. I'm by no means a professional, but this is the strategy I used, and I hope you can take some good advice from it. Be motivated. And the reason why I say this is because you don't have to feel like tabbing is like a chore. Like it's something that you want to do. Like find a reason to do it. Now this is why I typically don't like doing requests, because I'd rather not have to spend a couple hours tabbing out a song I don't even like. And the fact I don't get paid a cent to do this is another reason why I don't take requests. And overall I do like tabbing because it is cool figuring out what guitarists are playing, but sometimes I'm just not in the mood. When you want to tab out a song, ask yourself, is this a song you want to jam out to? Will it be worth it in the end after you figure out all the notes? Another thing to ask yourself, are you fond of the guitar player's techniques? Do you like what he's playing? Is that guitar player an influence on your playing? For example, one of my favorite guitarists is Ian from Billy Talent. He's able to kind of combine lead guitar along with rhythm at the same time. He uses very unusual chord progressions. So here we go. Step 1. Figure out what song the key is in. This way it eliminates what notes you have to choose from. If you're doing a song in C major, so this is just an easy example. There's a song by Blink-182 called Damn It. It's in the key of C major. You're automatically going to eliminate the notes that aren't in the C major scale. The notes in the C major scale are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. So the notes you can cross off are C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, and A sharp. Example number 2, a song called Know Your Enemy by Green Day. It's in the key of B major. So any notes in that scale that I haven't played are automatically eliminated. Obviously there are exceptions. Some songs do have notes that aren't in the original key. That just may be for complexity's sake, but this is just a very basic guide. Now another thing to consider when it comes to what song a key is in, keep in mind that sometimes songs will go to the relative minor, which would be an A minor in this case. Step 2. Reference a significant note from a certain song and remember what that note is, and then when you hear that note in another song, try to relate it, try to figure out if it's the same note or not. I know that sounds really confusing, but let's use an example. So we have the song 1111 by Waterparks. So the very first note of that song is A. Let's go to another song. Say if you want to try to figure out how to play the song Therapy by All Time Low. The first note is also an A. Now they are an octave apart, but they're still the same note. So if you're trying to figure out how to learn Therapy, think of that note in 1111. You know that's an A already, so if you hear that note again in another song, you know that's an A, right here. Let's do another example. Sugar Going Down by Fall Out Boy. That is a D power chord, and you're gonna pretty much mostly hear the note D. If you remember what that note sounds like, you can use that as a reference to figure out notes in other songs that may have the note D in it. Let's pick another song for example. We have I Don't Care by Fall Out Boy. So those notes are both F sharp, they're octaves. And then there's a song by Yellowcard called Ocean Avenue. So that second note is also an F sharp. So if you're trying to learn Ocean Avenue and you're not sure what that note is, go back to I Don't Care. F sharp. So hopefully that clears it up for you a little bit. Step 3. So when you figure out what notes they actually are, tab it out in the most practical way you can. So for example, you don't want a lead to be up here when you can play the notes down here. Or even down here. When you get used to tabbing out songs, you'll actually develop an ear for what strings are used to play certain notes. So for example, the G string has a lot more of a thinner tone than the D or A string. So you can see here. And you compare it to, or every string is about 5 frets apart. So for example, if you want a note to sound like this, you go at 5 frets on the next string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now to the G string, it's a little bit different, it's only 4. So for example, you go from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And for the rest, it's 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And up here too, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 19th fret. Here's some more tips. If you're really stuck listening to the audio and it's kind of like a mumbo jumbo, you can't tell what's going on, turn up the EQ. It alters the frequencies of the audio, and so it'll bring out certain sounds, for example, so the guitar may be easier to hear because some mixes are very bass oriented and there's not enough treble for you to pick up the lead guitar and everything. If you can't figure out the chord progression of the song, listen to the bass. The bass is going to be the lowest sounding instrument in the song. If you can hear that booming bass in the background, chances are that's what the rhythm guitar is playing more or less. Sometimes there is variation in what the rhythm guitar is doing. Since the bass is kind of the foundation of the song, you can pick up the chord progression from that too. Alternatively, you can also slow down the audio of the song in a program like Sony Vegas or Audacity. These programs will, if you slow the audio down, they'll give you more time to figure out what notes are playing. This is especially good for lead guitar. You may not have enough reaction time to figure out what note each note is. Because usually what I do is I hit play, then I listen to the note, pause, tab it out, then I keep listening to the next note. And so when you start getting better, you'll be able to figure out chord progressions on the spot. You'll be able to figure out what key a song is in just by listening to it. It's weird because I'm a nerd and I say stuff like, oh, Brendan Urie can hit a C#5 in the chorus of Victorious. Oh my God! In the song, Brendan's like, until we feel alright. C#. So of course, one of the best things you can get from tabbing out songs is you'll be able to become a better songwriter. And just like guitar, you'll be able to sing over a certain song because you know the key of the song, and so you'll know what melodies that you could sing do and do not work. Keep in mind when it comes to certain notes working and not working, there are exceptions, so don't sue me. So anyway, this is just a basic guide. I hope you guys learned a thing or two, and I hope I explained it well enough. If you have any questions, leave a comment. If this video helped you, leave a comment, and if this video did not help you, leave a comment and let me know why I didn't, because I know I'm pretty awkward, and I hope I explained everything good. So anyway, until next time, guys. See ya.